What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Assemble. I'm Matt. Today we're going to talk about WWE 2K22. We're going to talk about MyFaction. Can't help but think of some of the ways that this mode could really be awesome. So today I want to take a crack at 7 different ways that we can improve upon MyFaction in WWE 2K22. One of the first things that I think MyFaction needs to do if we are going to get it in 2K23 and beyond, I think that we need to have it online. Make it online, 2K. Allow us to compare our stats with our friends list. Being able to compare how we're progressing in MyFaction. Which cards are we collecting? Do we have any diamond cards? But have a leaderboard. Have something online that will allow players to compare and contrast how they are performing in the mode. People want to get on leaderboards, people want to become the best of a certain thing of a different mode, but you could do a lot of things when it comes to leaderboards to spike some interest and get some competitiveness in the mode. Now, the second thing I have on the list kind of ties into this, but it is something that I really love from other franchises, other games like MLB The Show. MLB The Show has their Diamond Dynasty mode, which has, collect, get XP, being able to collect different cards, put players in the positions, manage your roster, all those different things. It's very, very addictive. I personally love it. And one of the things they have in there is the marketplace. And I think this is something that 2K can really adopt in future iterations of MyFaction. Put in a stripped down, no nonsense marketplace where players can buy, sell, and trade their cards. It's all about keeping people in the mode for a long time and hopefully using virtual currency, their MyFaction points, to get more cards to finish off their collections. If you have an online marketplace, again, you would need an online system, but if you have an online marketplace, allow players to put up cards that maybe they've already collected 2-3 times. Maybe we have doubles of different cards. Have an automated thing where I can just automatically put up my doubles if I want to, sell them off right away if they are doubles or if they are just standard emerald cards, and allow me to get a little bit of MyFaction points as a result. This is what MLB The Show does with their stubs. I can go in there and I can sell the equipment, the add-ons, the traits. I can sell off the cards themselves, and I will collect stubs that I can then turn around and save up and then buy more packs for more individual players. 2K can manage and control all of this stuff on the back end. They'd have to put some infrastructure in there, obviously, and some attention to it, but they need an online marketplace for this. Okay, the next one I have is pretty obvious, and I think a lot of you would agree with me in the comments, and let me know what you want to see for improvements and ways to fix MyFaction. But the third thing I have on the list is allowing the attires to become playable in exhibition and in other modes. We've already seen 2K release the My Rise packs of characters from the previous patch, where they did give us My Rise skins and attires and put them in exhibition, and we can play them. And that is a really, really good move by 2K for players, and that has me very happy. But they can do the exact same thing when it comes to MyFaction. Having the different attires locked behind MyFaction, I feel, just my opinion, I think that it's a wasted opportunity. From your new DX packs, where those DX attires, you could find something similar if you looked a little bit into the community creations. Becky Lynch, your Roman Reigns, the alternative Seth Rollins WrestleMania attire where he's holding the torch and he's got his all golded out outfit. There are so many cool attires, and yes, that is cool that they are tied in with the cards that you collect. That's a cool incentive. So that's where I say I understand the idea behind this if you're 2K to go, well, if they play the mode, they're going to be able to collect certain cards like your big dog Roman Reigns, and you're going to be able to play that Roman Reigns in that mode. That incentivizes players to play in the mode to try to collect more cards so that they can use those different superstars, those different attires. But when you straight up lock it behind the mode, that's where I feel like it's not really fair, and it's really long term, it's not going to be able to help out fans and get them excited to play the mode. For me, I would want to be able to collect those cards, and maybe it's a diamond level Roman Reigns, and it's the only way that I can unlock the attire. I have to have the diamond card, or I have to complete full collections of cards, of 20-30 cards, and collecting those cards to then be able to unlock a specific superstar's attire in regular matches offline. But regardless of how you do it, I think that the MyFaction attires, they need to be in the real game. All right, number 4 on this list, adding more match types to MyFactions. We have our Proving Grounds, we have MyFaction Wars, and we have the Weekly Towers. And I like within Weekly Towers, personally, I do enjoy that. I like to go in there every single week to see what matches I have to do because they're quick, they're easy for me to complete. I can do this within an hour. You're usually getting a good amount of MyFaction points to go along with this. For example, the most recent weekly towers for week 15 is Friday Night SmackDown, and I'm gonna get 700 MyFaction points if I complete all of these matches. But to keep it fresh every week, specifically for weekly towers, I think you continue on that track of adding different match types, but throw in a little bit more there. Throw in your steel cage matches, your Hell in the Cells, your elimination chamber matches. Consistently build off of that, but tie in specific rewards to it. So what I'm saying is, if WWE has Money in the Bank coming up as one of their future pay-per-views in the next couple of months, one of the challenges in weekly towers I think that would work well is having a Money in the Bank themed week, which they might even do themselves. Have the final match be a Money in the Bank match, and if you do that, you get the MyFaction points, whatever the reward is for that week, but also maybe tie in something extra. If it's going to be maybe a customized Money in the Bank briefcase that you can use in your offline mode, that's done by 2K. And it could be like the MyFaction briefcase, it's all green Money in the Bank, whatever. Or it's a gold briefcase. Or you could add in brand new arena. Put in a 2021-2022 Money in the Bank arena. I'm just saying that there's more things that they could do to entice players to get in those modes like weekly towers that are a lot of fun. All right, number 5 on the list. This is more on the PR on the marketing side, but give us more locker codes. More locker codes for players. There's a couple that have been out there. They're not well advertised. Yes, you got to dig around. You can find YouTube videos, you can find Reddit, you can find Twitter, and they will post them. But 2K just doesn't do them consistently. I know you want to kind of make it a surprise or randomize it a little bit so that players don't expect that every Friday they're going to announce a new locker code, but do it a little bit more frequently. Again, incentivize players to click into the mode to get them to stay in the mode longer. Get me into use those locker codes so that I can unlock specific cards. They're going to become available. But I think 2K needs to do a better job on the marketing side, the PR side, by giving us more locker codes more consistently and just make it more upfront for players that they should expect around, say, a WWE pay-per-view time, that there's going to be a locker code tied into Hell in the Cell or tied into Money in the Bank or SummerSlam. Okay, one of the other fixes in here, we're on number 6. We're on number 6 now of 7, the random number of the day. But we're on the number 6 here, and the fix that I would like to see is the MyFaction Wars. Having Faction Wars fixed, the AI in Faction Wars, it needs to be fixed, and this is just an issue for me with 4-on-4 matches. Trying to complete a match in Faction Wars can take a long time. If you are not being calculated with it, if you are not using specific superstars like a Becky Lynch or an Asuka at a high level that have submissions that you can quickly tap people out and avoid going through the dreaded pinfalls. Maybe put in a Hell in a Cell match, put in a Elimination Chamber and Extreme Rules, something in there to change it up every week if you're going to play the Faction Wars. And the last thing I have on the list is number 7 here, and thank you so much for watching the show, everybody, but the last thing I have here is going to do with overhauling the aesthetics of MyFaction. It feels old, it feels a little out of date even for being this year, and that's just me. I think that you need to spruce it up a little bit. I think you need to make it a little more colorful, more exciting. I think that you have to have things like opening the packs needs to be a little bit more fun. If you've ever played NHL and you have open packs on the NHL side, on the EA side, they make that little moment kind of fun. It's silly and small, I know, but opening digital packs, you're supposed to get that little hit of dopamine when you're gonna open those collector packs to see what you get. More sound effects, make it just more engaging that way. The menus themselves need to be cleaned up. It's all very bare bones. I wish that they could make the cards a little bit bigger. Just overall, I find the menu and the design and the layout of all of it, it's not what it could be. I do like that you have the rewards that you can have there for the day or for the week, the challenges you need to complete. I like all of that. I like that I can see how many points I have. It's clear and visible in that front at the beginning, and I can see what the latest packs are that they're advertising. But anyways, I want to just know on the show, what do you want to see from MyFaction? Do you agree with any of these points? What did I miss? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.